All right. I'm gonna do the intro on my stream. I don't know if you guys will hear it. I forget.
All right. I'm back.
All right.
I had to go drain the old garden snake. Oh,
Justin, can you hear my intro?
I can't hear it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's right now.
Just wanna make sure. What's good, y'all?
Everybody's good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right. Shantae?
Pulling up the cheat sheet.
Huh?
The cheat sheet.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Yeah, no, same here on my phone.
What's really going to throw me off is the missus is going to bring down cake and bacon in like 5 minutes, and I'm going to be all like sort of.
Okay,
like,
we're good to go.
distracted.
That's a combo right there. Cake and bacon.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to get switched
Cake
over
and
and
bacon.
we'll get going.
All right, cool. That sounds like a good name for a stream.
Let me post your stream in my Discord, Justin, so that way I can try to get my Alienation Discord peeps in here.
Okay.
That sounds like a good name for a
And
streaming
Devious
channel.
TV says hi, boys.
Oh, what's up, Devious?
What's going on, Devious?
That guy's awesome. That'd be somebody great to get on this podcast too, Justin. Devious TV is awesome.
All right, guys, one by one, you guys want to introduce yourself? Go ahead, right down below.
What's up, everybody? I'm ID10TD Esports. I stream mobile games primarily.
Shantae?
I'm Tiger from Tiger's Corner. I stream mainly World of Warcraft. I am a WoW nerd to the heart. It's what I do 100% of the time.
Mine over here.
And over at Alienation, I stream multiple various things from Nintendo Switch to PC gaming, to even online multiplayer battle royales. It doesn't matter. Always on the fly. Wacky wonky individual. Hope you like it.
All right, guys. We're here to talk about some of the expectations that we've had as we started streaming. From everybody who's sitting here, there's a wide variety from somebody who just started to a few people who have been streaming to somebody who's been streaming for a lot longer than all of us. So we're going to get a good variation of what we've went through as streamers to get to where we are right now. Individually, once again, I'm going to ask you guys the same questions and then kind of get a little bit about yourself, and then I'll go ahead and answer at the end. ID10, what kind of content creator are you? Are you like a serious? Is this like a hobby? Are you looking to turn it into a career? Just something to do in your spare time?
So I think I'm kind of like sort of in the middle there. In that I never take myself too seriously, but I take the stream seriously in that I'm always looking to improve it, right? But it's definitely for fun. It's an outlet for me. It's a creative outlet. It's a way to kind of express myself. And then the extreme quality part of it is kind of like the challenge to always try and improve. If anybody saw me when I started, I was streaming off of my device directly using Omelet Arcade, and the quality, if you see it then to what it is now, it's night and day. So it's kind of a little bit of both, in that I don't take myself too seriously and I really, really have fun doing it, but I do care about the quality of my stream, and I'm constantly trying to improve that and find new ways to bump that up. I'm kind of in between. And there is one other project that I've been working on that has yet to be announced that might kind of change that to turn me a little more serious too. There's been some delays on some stuff. Can't announce anything yet, but there's that. But it's always for fun, 100%. Always just because I enjoy doing it, for sure.
That's good. Tiger Fire, are you a serious content creator? Do you just do it for fun? Are you career driven with it? Is it something you just do in your spare time?
Honestly, I started this for fun. Not so much just fun, but as something to take me away from my real life. I'm a caregiver. I take care of my mom. I take care of my 4-year-old. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I did this as a therapeutic thing for myself, because I suffer from many mental illnesses, and I suffered from a death before I started streaming, and I started this to get away from all of that, the pain, the suffering, and to be around people that made me happy and smile and fun. At some point I do want to make it serious, but right now it's just therapy.
Awesome. And then Alienation, you're just a streamer who just recently started here on Facebook as a content creator. What are your expectations for yourself as a content creator and your page? Is this something you take serious to a career level, or do you just do this for fun, just as a like Idiot said, as a nice, or like Shantae said, as a nice release, or are you more like using it just for like a spare time kind of thing?
I have like multiple variations of why I am the content creator I am. Like I started off on Twitch. I went through all the guidelines, became affiliated. It was a wonderful experience. I met a bunch of people, good, wholesome, genuine people. I was a part of organizations like Fractured, but before it kind of fell apart, it corrupted. The people that were there that I've got to know and like well-built relationships and bonds with, I didn't want to like kind of fall off, so I kind of like wanted to stay in touch, so brought with them. So like I've always gamed. I gamed all my life, so like gaming is like I've done it for fun as an escape, like Shantae said. I do it for just a peace of mind. So I do love, it's a passion. It's like I do it to be fun, to make it's an escape, and I want my stream, my community to feel that way. I want it to feel like they can tune in and get that escape from like, oh, I had a bad day. Oh, Alien's live. Let me go get some ha-has and some hee-hees from my good old Alien, He's got my back like a butt crack over there. All about his low eyes, high vibes, It's peace, love, positivity over here, and it's definitely a different experience on Facebook, I will say. If it wasn't for you, Justin, I would not be in the state that I am on Facebook. Because I was almost like walking aimlessly through the dark, feeling my way through, shifting way, like pushing through, like, oh sweet, I just did this. Oh, maybe I should do this, and then I was like, wait, how come I got this and I got that, but I can't receive this, or this isn't enabled? And then and then I was alerted, or you awoken me and said you needed to invite me to the level up program, and without you, I would never been able to level up and better myself or better my community over here at Alienation and try to become who I am. But I do look at it as a serious career. Every day I wake up and I strive to see what I can do to make Alienation, what I could do to build my community, what I can do to make it feel like a good, wholesome environment. Because it was hard on Twitch. After I got affiliated, it was like to get the views, to build a community. Like you have to what is the word? Uh,
Network.
yes, that is what I'm looking for. You have to network and get out there. And I was doing it, but like it was like in Twitch, it was like almost like follow for follow everywhere I went, and it was like you do it and then like they just unfollowed, and it was just looking for an extra number for them. And it was like if you weren't already big top or well known or did competitively or gotten a raid from somebody big, you aren't going to make it big on Twitch. But now I've seen it and they've updated it now because it's such a big thing. It's a high demand kind of work environment, social platforming. So now they're actually updated it. I've seen it to where they have highlight moments for upcoming streamers, which Facebook should definitely try to update and implement so people of our like our era and our category are able to get out there or able to be seen or able to platform themselves a little bit better or like get the communities out there. Like when I started immediately when I got my capture device, my Elgato, and I started doing my Pokemon streams, I started getting a whole different era of viewers. I got people from like the Philippines. I got people from like Tijuana and
Yeah,
like,
your demographics will change based on the games that you play.
Mm-hmm. And then they're sharing me the pages, and it's
that always changes based on your games and what you're playing because some countries can't play games. So based here off of Facebook, you had yourself a good start. I'm gonna go ahead and answer the same question. He says, anytime aliens want to. Oh, Andrew stopped in. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it for coming by, man. Now, for me, do I take this serious in all aspects? Yes, I do take this serious. I do consider it with the desire to be a career. I treat it as such. I've invested in my business, and that's how I run it as like a business. I video game for fun. I play video games for fun, but I content create as a business. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I don't rely on it to financially support anything, so I have the ability to treat it as a business and take it serious as a business. I've ran my own business before, so I know what it takes to make something from nothing. I actually started my own business before this from the ground up. So streaming to me is taken very serious as a content creator, but not serious as a gamer. I play to have fun. I like the camaraderie, the people I've met. That's what I really stream for when it comes down to it. But in the long run, this is what I would like to do as a career, to be able to content create, to be able to network, to be able to market as I go.
Well said. I like that. I like how you said serious as a content creator and not as a video gamer. I like that because that's spoken.
There's always a big divide.
I'm always gonna have a good fun time on video games. I'm gonna have a good time with the boys, with the girls. You know, it's just all about having fun, making it an escape. Like if you start getting serious on it, and then you start forcing it, and it doesn't get fun anymore.
Mm.
All right, so now I'm gonna change this up a little bit, and I'm gonna ask a different question. And I want to hear the answers. When you started Eddie 10 on Facebook,
you could say idiot.
I'm used to referring to it. When you started on Facebook, what expectations did you have as a content creator from yourself and your community, and then what realities did you find came true versus your expectations?
So it's weird because the very nature of how I started streaming, being that I started as a mobile streamer, it was I had a YouTube channel where I was trying to do product reviews, and I found that editing videos took forever, and it just was unrealistic as a busy father. Um, and then a coworker of mine said, "Hey, have you played PUBG Mobile? Have you tried PUBG Mobile?" And I'm like, "Well, I had no clue at the time. I didn't have enough money to get a gaming PC or a console, actually, even. So I tried PUBG Mobile, and I really fell in love with it. I couldn't believe that such a full blown game could be in a mobile package like that. And then I found out that people would stream that and would stream it directly off of their devices. So I'm like, okay, this is something I can actually do, and it's a different creative outlet than doing the YouTube videos. I could do that in its place because it's all instant. It's based off of what I'm doing then and there. There's no editing. You just go play games, and people might watch you. And the interesting thing about that approach is also that most of those apps that that allow you to stream from devices allow multi-streaming to multiple platforms. So I just did it because I figured my logic was like, hey, if I can be seen in more platforms, the better. That's how I viewed it. So I was doing Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and then Omelet. Omelet has its own infrastructure, but then by accident I found out about Level Up Gaming from Facebook, and I kind of saw this very unique opportunity where I thought that Twitch was super saturated with content creators, and it'd be super like near impossible to be seen or noticed. And that's why when I saw the Facebook Level Up information, I immediately applied and joined, because I thought, okay, if I get in there, so to speak, in the ground, from the ground level, that I could build a community faster that way, because there wouldn't be quite as much noise as there is on Twitch, right? So my expectation really was, the hope was, I could build a following on Facebook because there wasn't quite as much noise as there was on Twitch. Just by default, I've built up a decent following on Twitch, but I really like Facebook. There are some limitations with Facebook, in that they really want you to pay for your promotion, which is super annoying. But my expectation really was more so about growing a community that I can have fun with, and enhance my gaming experience, because I love chatting with viewers while I'm playing, though it may be kind of tough sometimes. But I just love that experience. I love that instant gratification of being able to talk to somebody right then and there, rather than reading a comment later and then responding and then get a response way later. I just love that it was that instant acknowledgement where you could be like, hey, I see you. You are there now. And hi, thank you. So that's always been the baseline. The baseline for me has always been to have a community that I can enhance my gaming experience with, because I already like playing. I enjoy it. I do it for fun, but it was also to share that with other people. And just real quick, I know it's getting a little long-winded, but I saw Dr. Disrespect, of all people, Dr. Disrespect, one time give a acceptance speech for an award. I think it was like Streamer of the Year. And he said, and he said something that really impacted me. And this is from a guy that portrays a toxic person, right? He said that the thing that impacted him the most as a content creator was when people would tell him that he, like Tiger said, he allowed people to escape whatever it is that they were going through for the time that they would watch. And that really impacted me a lot, because it's a mutual thing, really, for me. I love doing it. I enjoy it. It's a release. It's an outlet. But maybe there's somebody out there that are able to take their mind off of something while they're watching me, and just for those moments, just be able to chill out and relax. And that's to me, that's huge. Whether I make a ton of money off of this or not, that's something that can be more valuable than anything. If you could touch somebody like that, that's pretty awesome. And other streamers too, because I love helping other streamers, and that's big for me too. So sorry if I get long-winded. Sorry.
No, that's fine. All right, now Tiger Fire, with yours, what was some of the expectations you had when you started, and what are some of the realities that you had as you grew to where you are now?
Honestly, as I said, touched base before, I started this journey as an outlet to a coping mechanism for myself, because the last few years have just when it rains it pours. Suffered from a death. I'm not going to get too into it, but it was a death that was hit very hard. I am an in-home health aide, and I was there when she died. I was trying to save her life, and she was more than just a client. She was my son's cousin. She was family. So I was suffering through that, and I didn't really have the emotional support to suffer through it, because you know, when you go through stuff like that, like it's not just you, it's the whole family. The death hit hard for everybody, and me being there with the death, me trying to save her life, I struggled really bad. I quit playing video games, and I shut down.
Sure.
And then on top of that, I struggled with relationships with my boyfriend. We hit a really hard spot, and streaming was more for me as an outlet, as just a way to cope. You know, I couldn't just go see a therapist. Like, I couldn't just go talk to somebody, because that's really hard to go do. Like, so it was more for me. And then, oh boy.
Ooh.
And then
the last thing you need is a hit on the head.
Sugar high. And then I didn't have expectations. I just did it. It wasn't like, I'm going to go into this and I'm going to make it something. I didn't have expectations. I went into this because I wanted something for me. I wanted an outlet. I didn't want, it to go anywhere. I just wanted it for me. I never expected anything from it. I didn't expect to even get into the Level Up program. I didn't expect to get anything from it. And now I sit here with 646 followers, and not only did I reach 1, but 2 donations. I never expected any of that. I set my expectations so low that when it happened, I was like, whoa, it was a beautiful experience, and I realized not only did it help me cope, but I created an environment for people that struggle with their parents not accepting them that they're gay, or other people struggling with relationship issues. I created an environment that people felt safe, felt they could be who they wanted to be.
That's awesome.
And it's a wonderful experience. This whole thing has been.
So all in all, you would say that with your expectations of it being a safe place where you're at, not right now, that you've made your expectations a reality, as well as ID10. Like you're doing exactly what you said.
I wanted to create a place that I felt like I belonged, because my whole life I've been an outcast. I've been the smart, nerdy girl that didn't go to parties. I'd much rather stay at home and read a book, and I didn't go to parties. I didn't have my first alcoholic drink until I got married. So I didn't experience the things that other people in life experienced. And I know there's other people out there like me. And, after I got past it being a coping thing for the death and the hardship that I went through, it became a community for other people like me to come. And yes, I am proud of my community. I'm proud of my little nerdy WoW friends, and I'm proud of where it's at now. Yes, my growth is nowhere. I don't have the growth. I don't have subscriptions. I don't have merch. I don't have all these things that everybody else does. But what I do have, I have not so much quantity, but quality. I have a space that if somebody's new and they're just having an absolute horrible day, they can come into my voice chat and just be like, hey, can we go do something? And wow, can you go take me this place? And that's what I wanted. I wanted a home for those, outcasts. And that's what I've created. And yes, sometimes we get on some harsh topics. Majority of the time, it's carefree. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of rules here. You want to come in and talk about adult things, then let's do it. You won't get very much from me because I have a 4-year-old that likes to repeat everything. So, but if you need to get something off your chest, do it. And from that, I am proud to say my community is what I've wanted it to be. A home for the unwanted.
That's good. So now, Alienation, the question's a little different for you with you just starting here on Facebook. You've had a community before, so it's easy to connect the dots between the two. But starting here on Facebook, what are some of the expectations as a smaller streamer that you have, and how do you plan on making your expectations become a reality?
Justin, my expectations, I didn't really come in expecting anything really. I was watching, like I said, before I even made the switch from Twitch, because I was streaming on Twitch, and when I was watching Facebook streams, I'd watch Darkness, I'd watch Kingslayer, I'd watch Thin, Stone Mountain, the good wholesome people, Pooh Shark, Muggsy, all the good people. I'm watching them and I'm enjoying their content. I'm loving how they have this awesome community. It's very interactive. And Facebook was, back when it was first starting to come out, it was being known for networking and getting your business out there, getting your brand, getting who you are, defining yourself as an individual or as a group collectively out there and known. Networking. Boom, 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 boom. And so I figured, why not, instead of just using one platform from streaming and another platform from networking, why not just use both all in one simulation and just collectively build your community through there? And like I said, I have family members that I mainly did this for so they can watch me, they can enjoy my stream, they can tune in and see me if they haven't seen me in a while, like if they're located far away. I want that love and support that they give me, and through the Twitch party, they had to download either a whole third-party app. And trying to explain to my great grandpa what Twitch was, he was like, "Oh, mijo, you're twitching? I'll go to the emergency room. Why are you twitching?" I was like, "No, grandpa, it's an app. It's you stream. It's gaming." I thought something was wrong with you. And so he already has a Facebook, and same with all my other family members. My dad, my little siblings, my mom, my step, all of them all have Facebook. So with me doing this, I could just share it to my personal page, and then from there they could just click an easy button, and then boom, they are in my stream. They're part of my community. They're enjoying the environment. They're part they're part of the alienation environment. You know, we have each other's backs like butt cracks. It's a judge-free zone. You come here to have a good old time. You get some ha-has and some hee-hees from your boy Alien. And most importantly, we love to have low eyes, high vibes. That's all we are about. And it's the peace, love, and positivity. And I never expected me to actually really build my community. Like my alienation from when I started to now is incredible, and the support that I've been getting is unreal from my cousin with the music industry and how he helped me with my theme song, all the way to my my graphic artist. He's just a young 17-year-old kid, and if you don't give him a chance, then how is he supposed to get his portfolio? How is he supposed to get out there and become a known graphic artist? And so I like to go through him, and I pay him like whatever he wants, like, because I remember I told him I wanted four logos that I drew. I told him $20 and stuff, but then it was being a little complicated because we had to fix a bunch of stuff. So then I told him I'd give him a little extra tip for helping and being very, very compliant with me, and he was very nice. He wasn't like avoiding any questions. It didn't take too long. It wasn't like haggling and paying an arm and a leg. And so the only way that he was going to take any more money was if he was going to give me overlays and stuff. So he doesn't charge an arm and a leg. He's just starting out. So he does. So any tips or any generation like is very gracious to him. And like I said, over at Alienation, I love art. Art comes in multiple various ways. You can be a musician, a cook, a chef, a gamer, a movie producer. You come in and I want you to enjoy it. You want to be in this lovely old environment where we have each other's backs like butt cracks. You want that support, and we'll give it to you. We'll help you. We'll be there for you. But if it comes two ways. You gotta love one another, and don't come in with that like I'm a gimme attitude, and then you just gonna give that negativity. I don't want no negativity, and that's what I love about the gaming environment, because if it wasn't for Wildcard Gaming, Justin, or I would not have gotten to meet you over there at 1D?
ID 10T.
I looks like I won every time I see him. My apologies. ID,
It's
and
all
then we
good,
got
yeah.
Shantae over at Tiger's Corner. I would have never known or seen, because when I'm scrolling through Facebook, it doesn't pop up like who's live or anything. It doesn't show new or upcoming streamers. It just shows the best top one right now that has this many viewers or anything. So like, I do wish they had another category or section for just newcomers, and they show the top best newcomer that's doing right now, or and then they have one for let's show this newcomer some love or support. They're just up like those little categories could be cool for Facebook, and it's new. They're just now starting to become a gaming streaming platform. So Twitch wasn't the best. It was, but it didn't have all the best specifications at that time when everybody was doing it. So they have updated in the future. So Facebook has the potentiality, and without us or any of the like Darkness or Muggsy to test this out, there's no way for them to know how to update it or how to better it for new coming streamers such as Tiger's Corner and me, because I'm still new to Facebook. I'm not some top big guy, and like I said, like one ID.
So how long have you been in Level Up so far, Alienation?
Me? I would have to go back to my records, but it's actually a couple months now.
How many followers do you have?
We are currently sitting on. Let me go to it. It improves every day, so I can't give an exact number. But we are looking at. Come on. Why? Let me just pull it up on my phone.
Okay.
My apologies.
So each of these streamers here have brought the same zone to it. I think that's something that all streamers bring. That's why when I made the post, I also said this isn't brought just by Wildcard Gaming. This is also brought by mental awareness, because each and every one of us, no matter who we are as a content creator, from way big at the top, Ninja, Tim, Dr. Disrespect, Lupo, all the way right down to myself and Clean to Alienation, we all want to create these zones where it's a comfortable place for you guys to go. So every single time our expectation is met. How many followers you got?
We are currently sitting on 201.
201.
Very gracious to everybody. I was just at 199 the other night, so it's still improving. I have a little goal of 250. Once I hit 500, I'm doing hopefully my merch is finally on the way, because like I said, I got slowly but surely we're updating setups. I got like my theme song. We got the overlays almost done. We got my mic, the Elgato, so that way I can do Nintendo Switch streams. I'm trying to always be improving my content. I want to better it so that way it's fresh, new, wholesome for my community, and just downright just funny. You know, I'm all about being wonky, crazy old individuals over at Alien Nation. And I said at 1,000 followers, I will get Pinhead Larry Patrick tattooed on my arm. I will do it. I will do it. It will happen.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to answer the same question on expectations versus realities.
Okay.
When I started this, I had every intention of attempting to do this as a full-time career without an understanding of what really goes on. And as a few days went by, it literally is all it took is just a few days of it going by. I realized real quickly that that's a goal that you set for a long term, more or less than a short term. And it wasn't something that took long for me to realize, like I said, so it wasn't so much of a shock. So I found it quickly that I needed to adjust my thought process into what I was doing, and change my quick reward process out, because I assumed that if I were able to put content out and I streamed a lot and I had good quality, that it would just happen. And that's not how it works at all. Each and every one of us have found that out slowly and surely, that growth takes time.
Yeah.
So when I look at it now, and I've been asked this a few times, and I had somebody here ask it within chat. He asked, where do I see myself in a year? And it was in the middle of when ID10 was speaking about his situation. A year from now, I'd be staring at my second year in streaming on Facebook. Coming up in my 1 year, I never thought I'd really be at 1,000 followers once I created a realistic view for it. My expectations were very high. My realities brought them down to a more realistic level, and I was able to actually function and not be so mentally like down on the situation. You know, for a while there, I kind of beat myself up because I expected more out of my streams. I expected more out of myself, and I didn't understand how to get more out of myself or get more out of my stream when I was giving 110%, 24/7. I was streaming 7 days a week, 16 hours a day. And I mean, that's a lot on anybody. And I mean, like I said, I'm lucky enough to be able to be in the position financially where I had the money to be able to do that. But it becomes daunting when you see yourself and you're used to working a regular job and you're putting in 16 hours a day and you're not seeing anything happen. And it was a slow roll. And then it's like Alien said, you get buried under everything that's big. There is really no networking for us smaller streamers outside of literally the helping hand that we all give as we move forward and we look back to try to help as many people up before we have to move forward again. And that is a struggle as you grow. So when it comes to promotions, like posting all of our links here in this page, we'll all gain, a few followers that didn't know any of these other streamers before. And there are people that watch mobile games for ID10 and watch games that Alien Nation plays and like WoW, like Tiger plays, and like me, who just play a multitude of whatever game I decide to throw on the screen. But now we have them. So it's different. It's different when I have, like, my expectations were very high. My reality brought it down to a more realistic level. And where I'm staring at a year from now, I'm hoping to be staring at least at the supporter button, if not partnered if I keep going the way that I am going and I continue to grow the way that I'm growing. I would love to see you partner in a year. Do I expect it? No. The supporter button is my goal.
Your stream said that some reason we can't hear talking.
Really?
They'll just have to click out of the stream because we have audio. I can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to touch base on one of the things you were talking about the expectations that you had and things of that nature. I experienced that with somebody that was associated with my clan and my group before too. That's no longer there.
They couldn't hear me.
Oh, they couldn't hear you? Really?
Yeah, I'll talk again.
Okay. But I experienced that with one of our guys who was always stressed about that growth that's not that instant gratification that they kind of maybe expected at one point. And the advice that just kind of came out for me, for that person that thinks that they're not growing quick enough, the advice that I can give to them is that I might say this a couple of times, but your baseline, as far as expectations for your stream, should always be, first and foremost, is that you enjoy doing it and that you just have fun doing it, because that comes across in your stream. If it's a chore or if it's a grind, that comes across in your stream. So the best advice that I've ever given anybody that might feel like they're not growing quick enough is for sure that baseline is that you just really enjoy doing it, because that's going to come across. You'll come across as authentic. It's not a chore, it's not a grind. And then everything else that you do to try and grow, you try new stuff and things like that. But as long as that baseline's always there, that you just enjoy doing it, I've had bad months, I've had amazing months, I've had really good streams where I had a high view count, I've had streams where nobody watched, but no matter what, if I see 0 viewers, I'm still having fun playing my game, and I'm still gonna hit that go live button, and that's brother. Right there. That baseline right there is the most that I could recommend to anybody, that you have that baseline, that part right there is never a chore. As long as you do that, everything starts falling into place. Because the one thing that I have noticed is anytime you try and put a front on or try and be something that you're not, the viewers see that and they pick up on it and they'll run for the hills. So, as long as you're having fun, if you really enjoy just doing the thing, that comes across, and eventually they come, unless you are telling people to screw off or whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm going to answer this because I think my stream can actually hear me, and I know you guys can too.
I'm
not going to go as winded as I was before, because I can talk after we're done with this. But my expectations, guys, in this were actually pretty high versus my reality of it. For those of you who stayed in my stream and didn't hop to somebody else's, because apparently I could be heard from your stream and your stream, which is okay.
Okay.
But my expectations were very high. My realities came down to a more realistic level, and I'm now operating at more of a business level than I was at more than an imaginary level. Like ID said, for a while there, I pushed so hard it became a chore, and I literally felt like I was carrying a weight. And that became something that really came down on me, both physically and mentally, because I became depressed. I became upset. Hitting that live button became like punching a time clock at a job I didn't want to be at. And I mean, Shantae can tell you, I've messaged her personally and told her that I'm going to quit, that I'm done, that I just can't do it. And then I have to realize that I'm not here for that. I'm not here for any amount of anything else other than the fact that I love to play video games. And I have to remind myself why I started this. And I started doing this because I loved playing video games.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day. And like you guys said, having a safe place to go. I actually have a viewer who has literally told me time when he first came in that he wasn't having a good day and that he was going to end his life tonight. And I hung out. I stayed live for 6 hours. I didn't let him go anywhere. And to this day, he's one of my biggest followers. He's getting a signed T-shirt from me with his name on it. I mean, I make sure he shows up every stream. If he doesn't show up, I have him on Facebook. I'll call him. I make sure I reached out. I made that connection because that hit me when he came back and said, the next day, hey man, I really appreciate you hanging out with me last night. You made my life, a little bit better, and you helped me through what I was going through. And that's what it's about. At the end of the day, we're trying to touch base on everything. We kind of hit the third question into the second question a little bit. Everybody kind of did. Now, on the same breath of me just saying that, where I went through like a mental breakdown of saying, I want to be done. Along the way, have any of you guys found yourself in the same position where you're kind of overshadowing yourself too hard? You're being a little bit too critical on yourself, overchecking your numbers. Alien, this is kind of one here on Facebook that I can just tell you, avoid watching those numbers. They'll eat you alive. They sitting there and staring at your demographics day in and day out is just going to stress you out 110%.
No, I already knew that. That's how it was on Twitch.
Has anybody had that, that mental
on Twitch for me?
Yeah, I started on Twitch. I ended up on Facebook because Twitch broke me. I was done.
Dude.
I was so
after defeated. I hit affiliate, it was like boom. It was just like I felt.
I mean, we're
crushed.
back on Twitch, but when I first came to Twitch, it was defeat. I lost. I was on Twitch and YouTube, and I lost.
Yeah,
ID, you've been here a little longer. You've got a little bit of follower. Have you encountered that where you're overshadowing yourself, like you're being too critical about your quality, or being too critical about your length or what you're playing?
Yeah, no. So numbers wise, I've always kind of been pretty optimistic about it, in that when I do number drill downs, like on Facebook, I'm looking for. I'm really only concerned with positives. So I like to see where there might be somebody from a certain country watches me more than others. That's like a positive number, positive unexpected number. So so I don't. When I'm looking at numbers, I'm not really looking at the negatives. I'm always looking at nice surprises, kind of. Um, but yeah, no, like there's stuff that I'm aware of that I need to improve on, like a bit. And what I do sometimes see is when I see guys that I kind of came up with and the same type of growth, when they pass me up, then that's when I start to examine myself. Okay, so not because I'm not happy for them, but it's because there's some sort of speed bump there for me to continue to grow at the same pace, because you'll never ever catch me not being happy for somebody else's success. So for me, when I look at numbers, I'm more concerned at looking for nice, happy, surprise positives. Really, I like when I randomly find out that a lot of people in Bangladesh watch me for some reason. Like, that's cool to me. It's weird. It's cool.
It's almost like a history.
Yeah, but it is.
Like I've been learning because of my stream.
Yeah.
Like
No. But when you see breakdowns like that, and you see, like, you're like, whoa, why does Poland watch me? That's so weird, So that's what I look for in numbers. I always see what my total views were, what my peak view was, and everything. Because if I do see a big spike, again, I'm looking at the positive, optimistic numbers. But like, if I see a spike, the reason why I'm gonna drill down deeper onto that one is because I want to see who shared it. Because maybe it was somebody that hadn't shared me before they shared me that got me that spike. And that can prove very valuable, because then that means that person's audience really likes you for some reason, and that it's important to know that kind of stuff, because if you're already cool with somebody but they bring you a lot, there's nothing wrong with approaching them and saying, hey man, I just want you to know your community's amazing. They gave me a big spike on my stream. Whenever if ever you so feel inclined to do it again, please do, man. I appreciate it, and of course I'm going to return the favor. There's so many different ways to turn your numbers into a positive, but yeah, I rarely look at my numbers in any sort of defeatist way or negative way. I'm always just looking for those little silver linings in my stuff, because I'm not super, if from one stream I get 40 viewers, and then the next stream I got 0 or 1, I'm not there's nothing. I just know that, hey, I'm consistent, I'm being consistent, and that's really all that matters. So yeah, no, never as a negative. Please go away.
Olivia got a chip.
Okay. So Shantae, under the same question, like when it comes down to it, have you been overcritical about yourself with your stream?
Honestly, no. What I've struggled with most is the fact of I'm a female streamer. I get a lot of sexism. I get people coming in that are just total randoms saying, show me your tits. The only way I get told, the only way you're going to grow is if you show tits. And it's like, what? Excuse me? And I've had several people come into my stream and be like, oh, you're a woman. You shouldn't be streaming. You shouldn't be gaming. And it's like, wait, so I can't be a mom, a stay-at-home mom, and a caretaker for my mother and be a streamer at the same time? And that's really gotten down on me. It's like, how can I show to these people that I can do these things? It's not the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. I don't look at my numbers. The only reason why I have, the dashboard up is to track my stars. I don't look at my numbers. I don't look at any of that. And what's gotten me down is the amount of sexism I get. The sexist people that come into my streams and are like, show me your tits. Or, I had one that waited until I was off live saying, oh, you're a fat cow, you're a woman, and that really put doubt. Can I do this? And it wasn't, as I said before, I didn't start this to have a career. I didn't start this journey having any expectations that it was going to grow. It was for me to get past the hard point in my life because I didn't know what else to do. And then when I have people like that come into my stream, it really makes me question what I'm doing, and I'll touch on a little base. Last year, shortly after I had started streaming, I had a conflict with another streamer, and they affected me drastically. They sent people over to harass me and send me hurtful messages. I was actually, it impacted my streaming. I had actually stopped streaming for a short time.
That is something I've noticed on Facebook too, and I'm not going to pull names, but as of recent, I've noticed some bigger streamers that are going through some drama, and I believe that's a struggle of Facebook being a social platform.
Yeah.
You have that ability to directly attack somebody on not only a public level, but a personal level, and
yes.
If not, even at a business level, going to somebody's page and leaving negative comments or negative reviews still hurts somebody, growth-wise or structurally or personally.
This individual not only attacked me, but went around to all of my streamer friends and said, oh, if you continue to support her, I'm not going to support you, and I'm not going to send my followers to you. And this is from somebody that has a supporter badge. This is from somebody that is large. And the amount of harassment I got from that, it went on for months. It didn't just drop. It went on for months and months and months, and it got me down so bad. I was actually to the point of, should I continue this? And, the numbers have never been an issue. The issue I struggle with is the sexism of being a female streamer and having, majority of these female streamers, boob streamers. That's what I call them. And I will never be that. And I struggle having the growth for somebody that at a year and almost 5 months, having the growth that I thought I should be. Or that, not so much that I thought, but comparing myself to other female streamers. It's like, whoa, we stream the same amount of time, and she's got more because she's flaunting her tits and she's bouncing around. It's like, I actually got to the point of,
it is a little different for females compared to guy streamers, because if you look at it this way, the only thing that's really going to difference between me, Alien Nation, and ID10 is literally going to be personality on camera and skill in the game. Outside of that, we got nothing. I mean, he can wear his alien suit like he did yesterday. I can shine my head up extra special, and ID10 can sit there and just do his normal thing, and we're still going to have the same thing.
Like the can dance stuff that I usually
do. But if you as, and it sounds sexist, but you as a female streamer were to change your attire, you would change your viewership. And I mean, that's a rough demographic for female streamers.
It is, and
that is a rough road.
I don't want to portray myself. Yeah, I'll be full front and up and honest. I ain't no skinny broad. I could honestly probably make a profit off my breast, but I don't want to stoop down at such a level. And to be completely honest, I did at one point think, oh, well, maybe if I wore a tank top, a low-cut tank top, maybe I'd have more growth. And it wasn't the numbers, it was purely being a female streamer. That's that moment when I was like contemplating on degrading my self-value, you know, because I don't wear those kind of things. I don't have a need to. I don't have a need to put makeup on and make myself pretty. But I got to that point of maybe I should. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to step away. You know, I need to take a minute. And then at that entire time, during that entire time, I was also getting harassed by other streamer. And they're little goons.
So at the time, it was more of a situational thing, and then you kind of went overcritical on yourself.
Yeah, I did. Because I was on, it got to me when that harassment, because, yeah, I noticed there was a drastic amount of drop in my viewership, in my friends, talking to me, you know. And it's like, at that time, I was like, what am I doing wrong? It wasn't because of the numbers. It was because of what was being done to me and said about me on somebody else's stream. And, you know, and then when people came into my stream being very sexist towards me, show me your tits, and saying things like, I got a big dick and I could fuck you good, you know, things like that. And it's like, whoa.
Once somebody that comments like that, and if you can't catch them quick enough, and you have viewers that come in, they see stuff like that, they instantly believe like you're accepting stuff like that, so it instantly makes viewers click right out.
I had another streamer, because I do have a lot of close friends, and I do get donations outside of money. You know, I have friends that have given me mounts and pets and donated games and things. And I actually had a fellow female streamer come to me, and she goes, "Are you accepting these things out of some sort of payment?" I'm like, whoa, what? Who told you that? And I guess apparently there was a rumor going around that I was accepting these things because I was doing things for these people behind doors, that there was something sexual going on.
Yeah, so that's a hard demographic for being a female streamer, and there are a few that I watch that I have high level respects for. Nat Chat's one of them. Devosaurus is another one. You are one of them, who don't use the lower end of the demographic to build themselves a community.
Yeah.
And it is hard for the rest of you female streamers, because that expectation is there. Because if you guys aren't filling that kind of shoes, then it's like, okay, then you're not doing what everybody else is doing.
Yes, and you know, and as a female streamer that doesn't, you know, my thing is World of Warcraft, and it's always going to be World of Warcraft. That's another thing that's hard. You know, you're not going to get everybody that likes to watch a World of Warcraft stream. You know, and I don't raid, I don't do all these hard things. I do what my friends and I enjoy doing. You know, I'm not going to sit here and stress myself out just to push out content to make other people happy. Or change me for who I am to get the views. You know, I'm not gonna put makeup on, and I'm not gonna wear tacky clothing. And so, in my opinion, it's tacky clothing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So all in all, with yours, for you, overcritical doesn't come at a numerical level. It comes more at like a personal level. So that way,
Yeah.
It would be filling what they call those imaginary shoes at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
And I already, you know, on top of having these doubts, I already have doubts about myself anyways, because I suffer from PTSD, bipolar disorder, anxiety. I suffer from night terrors from my past abuse. So
Yeah.
I already have those negativities pinned in my head from my past abusers. And having a complete stranger come in and say those things,
It doesn't make it any easier.
It doesn't make it any easier to try to move past that and not get over it, because you're never going to get over it. You know, you're never going to get over something like that. You just learn to cope with it. And it's hard to do that when you're a streamer, because you can't just in the stream and walk off. You have to gather your thoughts and keep pushing forward. And I think women, you know, especially people like me, women like me that have a kid, has a house to clean, and a caretaker, you know, and people that women that work, that have families, and they still have time to stream, it's even harder pressure to try to build an organic community based off of for who you are and not.
Well, like ID said, when it comes down to it, when you start to be fake, eventually the fake is going to fall off, and you're going to be stuck with what's real. And if you didn't build a real community, you don't really have anything left at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Quality over
you do not.
quantity. And
So,
that's always been something for me, quality over quantity.
So Alien Nation, have you ever been overcritical on yourself statistically or personally, like ID10 or like Tiger Fire?
Oh yeah, most certainly. I mean, that's part of being a content creator. You're going to go through it at some point in time or in your life. You will go through looking through your stats or going down this ever spiraling feeling of, am I doing it? Am I doing this right? Like, am I actually made for this? Like, maybe everything that people are saying is true. Like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I am gonna be a screw up, or that everybody. But you can't. You have to overcome that. You have to prevail. You have to better yourself and prosper. It comes from deep down and in. You have to believe it. You don't just wake up one day but like, oh, I want a business, or I want to become the next best streamer. So boom, I'm the next best streamer. Oh, boom, now I got a business. No, it takes time. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. It's work. You got to put in the work to get the luxuries, the lavishness, the finally executed finish. You build your community up. You build your environment. You build this like aura. You got to build your name. You got a brand. You got to get out there. People don't know who you are until you make people know who you are. You got to get yourself out there. You got to let them know, like, hey, I am Alien. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. And I hope you enjoy, you know? If you feel the same way, if you're another one that's amongst me, if you're an extraterrestrial, an outcast, somebody that's the abnormal or the normal, I don't judge. Here we got each other's backs like butt cracks. That's what we're about, you know? It's peace, love, positivity. If you have this negativity or this hatred and you dwell on it, you're just gonna forever dwell on it, and then it's gonna cloud up your mind, and it'll take over. It'll take over, and it'll leave you riddled with a disease. And the only way to get rid of that disease is to surround yourself in a good, wholesome environment. Like, I used to work in retail stores, Kroger's, what is it called? Harbor Freight, Menards. I've gotten out there and I've touched a lot of people. I've got to interact with people and know them on a personal level, like customers. Like, I would help the elderly, like this one guest that would come in on a cart. I would go around and get all her groceries and everything that was on her checklist, because of the complications of getting around the big wide store of Menards with the little hover round and then her fractures and stuff. Like she shouldn't be having to do that. And so I made sure I stepped out of my way to go help her. And that's what I'm about. On my stream, you can come in and I will take time out of my thing of my gaming. It don't matter. Even if I was in a competition or if it was a thing and I see somebody come in and we're talking or something and it's personal and it needs attention. Like you said, Justin, I will step in and I will help. Because on Twitch, I had a good buddy of mine in a organization. He was watching my stream. He went to a Comic-Con. It was like an event. He was all having fun, dressed. He was excited for it. He was showing me pictures months in advance. He was prepping all his stuff, dude. It looked wonderful. I gave him so much props. He came third place in the costume tournament. It was wonderful. All to find out that somebody had to dwell so low or stoop so low to rummage through his locker and steal his belongings, resulting in he could not go back to his trip home. He was stuck in
San Diego.
Some part in Germany without any way of getting home or communication, and it was like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. Everything was closed, and the feeling I felt of despair and wanting to just help him any possible way, it crushed me because of knowing the situation he was in, and you couldn't help him, and all I could do was just sit there and talk with him and just try to help make sure that he's safe. He's doing what he's got to do to be safe. He's got his essentials. And to this day, he's in my alienation group, like you said, and he's a cool dude. He lives in England, real cool dude, genuine, down wholesome player. He streams on Mixer. There's a lot of people we've touched, and that's what I'm about. Like starting off, and then the whole reason why I switched to Facebook was so that way I can be more in touch and connect with my family, and it has done that. Like I've seen the improvements. Like
Facebook's user friendly.
Exactly. Like I've seen a lot of my family members in there chatting with me, and that's what makes my day. Yeah, I have stars enabled, and yeah, donations are very much gracious, but that's not what I'm going for. That's not what I'm pushing for. When you come in, I'm not like, yo, give me your money, yo, donate, yo, drop this or this and this. No. Yeah, when you come in, I want you to have a good, wholesome time. I want you to have some ha-has. I want to have the hee-hees. We're gonna build a friendship, a good old environment because it's a community, and we need to stick together more than ever now with 2020, like I said. And we gotta have the low eyes high vibes. We gotta have each other's backs, like Buck Cracks. You'll hear me say it till the day I die. And like I said, is all we can do, you know. If we do not stick together and we just keep dwelling on hate and like me and gimme, we're not gonna get anywhere in life. You're gonna dig yourself in a pit, and then when you want help or you want to, you're gonna finally somebody's gonna be some generous and they're gonna be that person of giving and they're gonna give, and you're gonna be so still stuck on that mode of take, so then you get that help again and you're going to take it from them, and then now you're going to corrupt them with the darkness, and then they're going to fall in the pit, and then you're going to go back in the cycle of a pit, and now you're both left in the pit. So now what? We're both struggling together. Why can't we help each other build and grow, and now we're prospering on a higher society, a higher platform? We're nourishing. We are a community.
Exactly. Okay, so ID10, what are some of your goals for yourself for the next 6 months and then the next year for your community? What do you see coming from your community and the direction you have it going?
So that's a tricky question because I recently was named the gaming editor for a site called luchacentral.com. It's one of the major lucha libre sites in Mexico.
Wow, congrats.
Thanks, man. I happen to just be friends with the CEO of the company, and by friends I mean Facebook friends. I'm a huge fan of all things wrestling. I'm one of those guys that grew up on wrestling, never grew out of it.
My brother's the same way. You guys would get along.
Yeah, and so they were relaunching their site. They're redesigning and relaunching it, but they also wanted to add some different media options to it. So, for example, they launched a podcast network, but they're also my project involves gaming, and it's contingent on the page being published and released. That's why it hasn't really been announced. But I'm also the general manager of gaming for that site. And so that involves some personalities that are going to get into streaming and some that are already in it, that are in the wrestling business. And so it's hard to say in 6 months, because this thing that is about to launch might kind of shoot me in a different, slightly off from where I am now and up. But for myself directly, I see myself in the next 6 months really focusing on becoming more well-rounded in how I present my streams, because I feel like the quality of my stream is really improved. I've gotten help from a lot of other streamers that have helped me fine-tune the technical part of it so that the look is right. But now I just feel like, and again, I watch a lot of my peers to get pointers and stuff, not so much in ideas for the stream, more so in how I interact with my viewers, because I realize that the thing is that I play on my tablet, so I'm looking down, right? I capture that into a capture card, so I find myself sometimes missing interactions, so that's something that I have to work through, but in the next 6 months, community wise, I'd love to see it grow, of course, but myself as how I communicate and how I connect with that community, I hope that in the next 6 months I can grow in that aspect also. And also, I have a clan, basically, of people that I've played with off of my stream, right? That have, one of the guys, the co-leaders of my clan, Gimmick Gaming, shout out. He's been with me since I had 30 followers. I'm at 2,200 now. So, I have this great clan that Wildcard's a part of also. But now also I have to start finding these opportunities with other streamers in my community, because I have a lot of relationships with other streamers, but I've never really dove in with them, meaning doing collaborations and things like that. And that's also part of my stretching of myself personally, because I'm so reliant and comfortable with my clan, playing with them and stuff like that, that I very rarely venture out. I have a lot of relationships with streamers, but I don't do anything with them. And I think in the next 6 months, you guys will hopefully start seeing more of that. Just recently, I did a collaboration with Enraged Wabbit, who's a really cool streamer and big community out of Bangladesh. I did a collaboration with Wildcard finally. We've been rolling together for so long, but we had never done anything together, and that's just part of my stretching my goals, stretching myself out, to venture out and do that kind of stuff too. So it's gonna be, the next 6 months are gonna be super interesting for me, because I got this project that was supposed to launch like 2 weeks ago. I'd been talking about it every day on every stream, and I kind of stopped talking about it because I'm just like, I don't know when they're going to be ready with the site, and it's kind of eating away at me, that I'm almost like I'm ready to go, but I have to wait. I can't announce,
Right.
so I kind of had to stop talking about it so much. But as far as me personally as a streamer, I need to develop too, because I see where I lack sometimes in interactions. So that's something that I have to improve on. But what has always been true and remain true, and what I will always continue to do, is reach out and help anybody that needs help also. Any other streamer that needs help, I have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of relationships with a bunch of streamers, and we may never play with each other, but we're helping each other, in a lot of ways. My stream from where it is now to where it started, it was all do it yourself. It was rough. I don't get very many trolls, but one of the best trolls I ever got, and I think I handled it pretty good because I couldn't stop laughing. This was when I was still streaming from my tablet directly, but this guy just came on and just said, all he said was simply, "This is the worst looking stream I have ever seen." And I just couldn't stop laughing, but I said, you know what? Thank you. Because that's a motivation for me to improve the quality, Not for you, but because it's for everyone. It really is. So, yeah, personally, next 6 months, there might be something ginormous happening, but ultimately, what's right in front of me, what's realistic, is that I become more accessible to the people watching and my interactions, that my community continues to grow, and that my community outside of my community also continues to grow with other streamers and other clans and other groups like that. That's really what and this format is awesome because I get to meet Alien for this first time, and I've already interacted with Tiger a couple times. And
appreciate that.
I love that because we really get to know each other, So that's really cool. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at in the next 6 months for sure.
Awesome. Tiger, what are some things you'd like to see out of yourself as a streamer and your community in the next 6 months?
Well, honestly, my streaming has been put on a standstill. I had some medical issues come up, and I'm going to be transparent about it. The chair I'm currently sitting in is causing immense amount of pressure on my butt, and I have issues. That's all there is to it, and it was causing a lot of other complications with my body. And until either I get enough donations, and yes, somebody has already direct donated to me to get a new chair that can support me, it's at a standstill. Until that happens, I'm only doing enough to keep the level up status so it doesn't stress out my body, so I don't go into the immense pain that I was in before.
So in other words, you'd like to see yourself come back to being able to stream more, maybe?
Yes, I would love to go back to, because before all this happened, I was streaming 5 days a week between 4 and 8 hours a day. When I could come up with the money to get a chair, I want to go back to that. And with my partner being gone for 3 weeks, I'd like to take those 3 weeks and stream 7 days out of, instead of just 5. Exactly. I'd like to go back to where I was before.
Tigers, I didn't mean to interrupt, but do you have a link for your, for that particular fundraising?
It's not like a fundraiser thing. I haven't really discussed about it. Okay. But if you go to my page, I haven't updated it. I do have a Cash App now. Oh, cool. I accept. I have 3 different forms of donations. I've got the Streamlabs link, I've got PayPal and Cash App, and we're looking at about $300. And I just we can't do it, financially. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
You should definitely put a post up that has your actual fundraiser amount for it. So that way people can see what's being earned towards it. So we can actually try to just click and help.
Yeah, and also so we can share it too for you.
Yeah,
I do plan on doing that, because I never want to accept money. Wild, you know this. I've actually given it back to you.
I sent her $20. I sent her $20 on PayPal. Just the 10 was for a donation. I sent her 20 to be nice, and she sent me $10 back in stars.
Oh, nice.
I don't accept money. I have a really hard time with it because I've always. I don't know what it is. I just have a hard time accepting money. And, you know, this last donation I got, the last payout I got, actually went towards my mom's pharmacy bill, paying hers off because we are financially strapped right now. You know, Chris, my partner, he was not working for almost 2 months because he got laid off from his other job, and then his other job, somebody came back. He's a CNA. Somebody came back away from being gone for 6 months and took all of his clients. He went from having 15 to 20 clients a day to having one a week. And him being the primary caregiver, the primary breadwinner, it put us in a financial strap. Yes, my mom's on disability, but that doesn't help much because she's got her own bills. That covers what she needs. And the last donation that I got, instead of putting it towards a chair for me, I spent I put 30 aside to pay for my WoW subscription, and the rest I spent and paid off my mom's pharmacy bill. And now my medical issues, these issues pop up, and it's just like, if I want to continue streaming, I have to have a new chair. The doctor looked at me and she goes, "You need to get a new chair. The chair you're currently in is not helping your pre-existing issues."
I think you can set up a fundraiser through Facebook, like I did for when I was going to E3.
Yeah.
And you should be able to. We should be able to get you that shared out pretty easily, and then just put in what you've already had given to you. And I could probably help you get that share real easy.
Yeah.
I hate having to pretty much put a stop to my streaming, and I'm getting all teary-eyed. Because this is a coping thing for me. It's more than just building a career or building a community. Because yes, I suffer from PTSD. I suffer from bipolar disorder. I suffer from these things, and I suffer from anxiety. And, you know, it's not easy to just go see a therapist. Not everybody can afford $50 an hour. You know, and with the financial things that are going on at home, our van is broken, so that needs to be fixed. The other, you know, we're $2,000 behind on truck payments, so
yeah,
that
when it
truck's
rains,
not
when
here.
it rains, it definitely pours. That's
so
the sad
we're
part
down
about
to
life.
we're down to one vehicle, and I don't have a driver's license because of my mental issues. You know, it makes it very hard to sit in a vehicle with a police officer. You know, I struggle with guns. I had a bad history with the guns, and just knowing that there's a police officer sitting next to me when I have to go take the test with a gun on his side is just anxiety ridden. And all of these things that are happening has put a standstill on my streaming. It's not a dream to be a professional streamer because I couldn't do this.
Not to cut you off, Shantae, but Chase said, what kind of chair do you need?
I need the thing, and that's another thing that I don't know what.
Are you ergonomic?
I don't know what is a good chair that would fit for me. What I'm looking for is I need a wide seat. I need extra cushion. I need a high and wide back. I need lumbar and neck support. Just because I'm very large, and most chairs that I find, they don't have that wide seat. It's very hard to find something that I need.
Chase said check Secret Labs. I seen one
I
on there
already
too.
have, and they don't have ones that would fit me.
Have you looked about like ergonomic chairs? Like I've seen a lot of people are switching to those instead of gaming chairs. It's like a whole different era.
And
I've seen that
I've
too.
looked into office chairs as well, and everything I'm finding is just they have one of the things that I need, or they don't have anything, and I'm
They're
struggling.
awfully expensive.
Or they're, $600-700, and it's like I can't. I say 300 because there is a chair that I desperately want, but Amazon no longer has. And then I found another one that is a possibility, but I don't want to spend the money and it not fit me. And that's what I'm struggling with. I say 300 because I know that's roughly what it's going to cost to find something to fit me. But have I actually found a chair that fits me? No, I haven't. All the donations that do come in, I do plan on saving that collectively and spending it towards getting a new chair. And then the next step
Why do
to
you need it?
well, I am roughly about 300 pounds, so I need something that's
Definitely go ergonomic.
Got-
Look into
got-
ergo chair 2s.
got big. I got hips. Mama's got a
problem, no
butt.
problem.
Okay.
Definitely look at the ergo chair 2s. Just look into them. See what you think. 'Cause
and
this
I
one
don't
I'm
so
looking
much
into-
care about the color. I mean,
Oh no, yeah, you can customize the color the same, but no, definitely look into these. It's showing some good. It shows the dimensions. It's showing they have like a weight, like how much it supports and everything.
Yeah.
So definitely look
And
at
the
Ergo Chair
next-
2. I'll send you it in Discord.
Okay. And the next thing that my doctor recommended, because I told her I spend, 4 to 8 hours, a couple of days a week sitting at a computer. And she goes, she wants me to get a sit and stand desk. And I know those are extremely expensive, but
Yeah.
those are recommendations from my doctor to prevent potentially having to have surgery again.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, definitely. We need to get you a donation link set up. Chase just said it doesn't really matter what you're asking for. He's part of a great community. Could probably really help you. So I told him to go check out your page because I have you linked in the post on
and the
page.
reason, and the main reason why everything's at a standstill because of my medical. I can't, when I sit here for more than 2 hours, I'm in bed for the next 3 days in excruciating pain.
Yeah,
I
let's
just-
help
I-
you. Let's help
I
get you.
can't
Let's help
do
get
it.
that taken care of for you. Like I
Right.
said, we need to
You need
get
to
you a
get
link
care.
up.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask Alien the same thing. Alien, what do you want from yourself as a streamer, and what do you expect out of the community in the next 6 months?
I want, as a streamer, I want to be known as a genuine person. I want to be known as that like when you hear Alien, I want them to know like, man, that dude definitely has your back like a butt crack. When I hear that dude, all I immediately have is just nothing but high vibes. He loves his low eyes. He loves his community. He's there for his family. He's very family orientated. I want to be able to have my whole environment to be a wonderful and good, wholesome place for my extraterrestrials that I like to call for my community. And for future people, my future extraterrestrials, my reoccurring. I want them to be able to come back. I want them to be like, when's the next stream? Oh, I want it to feel like it's almost like a series. Like they can't get enough of it. Like they have to have Alien in their life so that way they're happy, they're calm, they're in a good wholesome place. They know they can come here, they can meet some more new individuals that are just like them as well. Because like Shantae said, I don't go out, I don't do stuff. I am one that keeps to myself. All like I was that person even through high school
feel
to
you.
the point where I didn't like the drama. I couldn't do with the negativity. I couldn't do with the hatred. I couldn't do with the I don't give a F attitude. Like the teachers were only there for a paycheck. They didn't care about the education. They didn't care about the kids. All they saw was a statistic and a number and a paycheck. And it was awful. It was a horrible experience. I felt like I was falling through the cracks. It was disgusting. So I left the public schools. I left all that. I went to online schools, and when they said that I couldn't get all my stuff done or and graduate early because of the requirements I had to do and all the grade credits I had to make up, what I did was I told them load everything on there. My sophomore year credits, my junior year credits, and my senior year credits. And what did I do? I graduated 2 years early and proved everyone wrong. So you can do it. You can. You have to put your mind to it. You have to stand up and start from somewhere. It ain't going to start by just lounging around and be like, get done. Do it. Like, it don't
Okay,
work
so
that way.
what expectations do you have about your community? What do you want to see? What do you want to see your community turn into?
I want to see them blossom into wonderful individuals. Like I said, I want my place to be somewhere where all artists of various different forms can come into, because art is a very beautiful thing. It can come in multiple various items, from paint splatters to a cheeseburger to a nice new soundtrack to a new edited video of a montage to gamers to painters to anything. You can be an artist in all multiple various ways of form, and I want to be able to help all my artists. I want, because as an artist to an artist, I appreciate it. I'm a music head. I'm a movie head. I'm a gamer. I love it. I want to promote it. I want to help one another. We need to grow. We gotta have each other's backs like butt cracks, and we gotta be there for each other. And that's how we get out there. That's you word of mouth. You know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 110%.
I want them to be just this success and strive and be the individuals and let their dreams follow your dreams. Like the person that told you to don't do that dream and you were stuck somewhere, you can still do that, but try to schedule some time and find a dream or find a hobby. You got a hobby? Maybe there could be a dream to incorporate into that could blossom something, and they don't know about that until like maybe they stumble on our streams and something in there just sparks. It ignites something and it makes them like, boom! I want to be a painter now. I want to get out there. I'm gonna be the next painter. I want to be a musician. I want to be heard. I want that. I want you to be inspired. I want to have your back like a butt crack. That's what I'm about. Over at Alien Nation, I have low eyes, high vibes, and I love all my extraterrestrials. New, young, old. Love y'all.
That's awesome. For my stream here myself as a streamer in the next 6 months, kind of like ID10 said, I would like to make myself a little more accessible to my community members that I do have. I try to do the best I can to tune into you guys' streams, which is my consideration, the least that I can do for you guys. But I would like to collab a little more with the people that I do know. There are a few streamers who have asked, and I've tried to schedule and make it happen, and it either didn't happen on their end or it didn't happen on mine. But I'd like to be a little more accessible to my community and the streamers that I do know and that I do hang out with. As a community, I would love to see my community keep doing the same thing they're doing. I would like to see people keep recurring, to keep showing up, to keep supporting each other in chat, to having a good time there. So when I'm not paying attention and I'm not there, you guys are handling the situation. You guys are making sure the new people that are coming in are being welcomed and they're having fun. So as long as everything keeps going like it's going, I think in the next 6 months, I'll be another version of myself that I'll be happy with, and one step closer towards my ultimate goal in a year. You know, like I said, in 1 year, I'd like to see the supporter button. That's just me. That's me making a nice step towards Facebook, because Twitch has achievements. Facebook has them, but they're not clearly lined out in how you get anywhere after level up.
Exactly.
So I just want to kind of say, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to see myself grow. I want to have a good steady amount of followers. I want to build a community. I want to have an active chat. I want to have an active stream. Like, that's my overall year-long goal, is to be able to have something that I'm building now actually be in a reality.
Exactly.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good, brother.
I actually have a few questions from my peoples.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just about to say is go ahead. At this time now, I want to be able to have ID10. If you have anybody open questions, anybody in my chat or Tiger Fire's chat, now is the time when I want you guys to go ahead and ask these questions, and we're going to go ahead and give you guys the best answers we can possible.
Yeah, so the only question that I got, I actually it was from Chase Morger, and I actually just typed in my chat. I'm like, yeah, no, go to Wildcard's stream and I asked it there. But he had asked, "What do you see yourself in a year?" So a little bit farther down, you know. And I just to add to what I already said, yeah, I think the secondary goal that I had is to just find a way to, if there's a way to provide more direct feedback to Facebook about the way that they do things, because like becoming a supporter is such a mystery, and also I've always had, my thing is because I have a very supportive community and that they share the heck out of my stream, and that's actually counted against you, which is that has never made any sense. Well, it does make sense because Facebook wants you to pay for boosts to boost your stream rather than just 100%. Have people that like you share it, and that's always been my vote of contention because I know Wild, you've had issues with the stars and stuff like that, but that has never been anything big for me. For me, it's just big that people sharing your stream is held against you. That just doesn't make any sense. The whole point of a social platform is sharing. So if somebody is compelled to share your stream multiple times, that shouldn't be a negative. So
I don't think it goes so far as a negative. Where I think where they demograph it as a negative is if me and Alien share it to the same page at the same time, now that same content's hit twice and it gets flagged by their bots as spam.
Yeah. No,
that's the only part that sucks.
But amazingly, because I've checked multiple times over probably the last 6-7 months, but I never meet the criteria for monetization. And it states that the reason is because of inorganic growth, and the thing is they identify that multiple shares as inorganic growth. So I may never get supporter because of it, because just by the very nature of the people that follow me, they are prone or more inclined to share me in multiple groups and stuff like that. But I've always had that check against me, and I've never understood it, and it's been very frustrating, because that's really the only little thing that's missing for me on Facebook, because I've never really been big on stars or anything like that. Please close it. I've never been big on the stars for me personally. I just want people to enjoy my stream, but I do recognize that having the supporter button on your page adds a little bit more legitimacy to your page. But I digress. That's not a deal breaker for me. It's just a wish list type of thing that I hope that I can figure out how to communicate with Facebook in a more efficient way that way. I'd also love to tell them that their app is garbage. It's
I can't stand that. I can't stand the app. I uninstalled it. I went back to watching regular just right off of Facebook. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And they should have baited the hell out of that first. Well, they did not.
The thing that amazes me about the Twitch app and the Facebook chat app is that nobody anywhere over there has figured out that they should make their apps available to enable you to stream off of them, just like Omelet, Arcade, Mob Crush, and all of that, streaming games, because that's all these other not so huge companies already do that, and the fact that Facebook puts out a gaming app that doesn't let you stream to it is pretty bad. And I'm speaking as a mobile streamer. That would open up the floodgates for a ton of other streamers, to make it streaming more accessible to them.
Kind of like Omelet?
Yeah,
Is
like
that what you're talking about?
oh yeah, 100%. If they did that,
See, that's what I thought they were going to do.
Yes.
I thought they would have the viewability,
100%.
and then eventually you'd be able to, like, you'd click to that screen, and all of a sudden you can just play mobile and stream right from your phone.
Yeah.
Or go live from your phone and be to your page. Because if I try to go live from my phone, I literally have to go to Wildcard's page, click make a post, and then click go live. I should be able to click the gaming app and just go live and be myself.
100%. Yeah, no, and that's a big missed opportunity.
Because I want to do that for when I get my tattoo. I want to live stream
right in
on
real
the
life
page
stream.
while I get the tattoo showing that I hit the 1,000 and I'm getting the Pinhead Larry tatted on me.
Yeah, no,
you know,
but
that'd be cool.
But that's a little side goal that I've kind of had, is to figure out a way that we can, present this to Facebook, because it's such a mystery on how. What they listen to, or and things like that, and they're not super transparent in some of the things. Outside of those things, I've loved my experience on Facebook, because you get you can get your friends and family to watch and stuff like that. Yeah,
this platform is definitely unique. It's very user friendly towards everybody, in which that's the biggest reason why I love streaming here as well. But you are speaking truth, and the worst thing that they could do at this time and point is the content creators is give us bot responses.
Yeah.
And that's what it is we're getting auto responses. It's searching your emails for keywords, and it's generating you an auto response, and that's disheartening.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving you feedback, whether I'm mad or I'm happy. You're getting feedback on how things are going from a lower level, and the unfortunate part is if you're not really high up there, they're not really listening.
Yeah.
And that is, I like that goal would be nice to have a nice stretch of communication from the lower end of the streamers to Facebook to say, hey, look, this doesn't, this doesn't work. This isn't making sense. This is harming us along the way, because not every one of us have the ability to go live and have 1.2K just all of a sudden in our live stream. It doesn't work like that. We have to share it. We got to have 30 people come share it as much as possible. That's how we get seen. Otherwise, how are we ever going to be seen? So, anybody else have questions? Shantae, you said you had questions.
Yeah, I actually have a few. First and foremost, she asked this early on. Kellyanne, she's also a female streamer, and you guys should really check her out. She is, yes, I'm sitting here pimping another female streamer out. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. She's WoW Starlord on Facebook. She's only been going at it for a few months, and I cannot express how beautiful this woman is. I love her to bits. She asked, what are the pros and cons of streaming on Twitch versus Facebook?
So what? I can tell you. I can tell you one thing about Twitch. There's some weight to getting an affiliate, in that, not always positive. In that, once you get it, then you're restricted on other platforms.
Yeah, see, my problem is I don't have that experience. When I started streaming, I didn't test out other platforms. I came to Facebook. I stayed on Facebook. I had thought about going to Mixer, and I even went to the extent of setting up a profile on Mixer. Mm-hmm. But I just kind of...
Mixer and Twitch work hand in hand. The biggest benefit that Facebook has versus both of those two is connectability. It's user friendly, and then like I said, like ID10 said, the biggest downfall of Twitch and Mixer both is the second that you are their first level, and it's literally it's Facebook's equivalent to level up. You now cannot stream anywhere else. Yeah. That means the multi-stream function that I use on Streamlabs, if I'm offered Twitch affiliate, I will turn it down because I will lose the ability to stream on Facebook. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll lose my affiliateship. And all the affiliateship does on Twitch is allow you to get bits. I get stars on
new Twitch account.
The same way. Yeah, I did too. So, I mean, my Twitch growth is there. Everybody who's on Twitch watching, I do appreciate you guys. But I will never accept affiliateship. Now, partnership is a whole different story. That comes with a whole different ballgame versus stuff. But when it comes out starting out, I would tell anybody and everybody, if you really want to get a good taste for what content creating is, whether it's a hobby or for real, Facebook's the place to be. We're a great place to start. It's a great place to grow. You could blow up. I know streamers that started 6 months ago that are 10K followers with a supporter button, and they're pumping along just fine. They're doing great. I know people that are like me that are grinding every day for
Well,
that
baby.
$100 a week. But it's
I
a great
love
place
you
to
too.
start. That would be my biggest thing. Is the biggest downfall is once you are associated like you are on Facebook, you lose all the ability to be anywhere else.
And there's definite value to Twitch though, because
It's good. It's real good.
Yeah, one of my a very good streamer friend of mine, Riri U4 RIU4, UK streamer. She's she's such a cool streamer and such a nice person, and she just found me on Twitch, and she's like, "You're dope. Let's play," and like now I'm friends with her and her partner, and we do stuff all the time, and we play. They got me into MOBAs a little bit too, and so for experience wise, Twitch obviously has an amazing ecosystem, but yeah, overall, I love the how varied the experience is with Facebook. Like, you just get a little bit of everything, and it's way more accessible. Way more people have a Facebook account than they have any of the other. YouTube's probably a close second, but YouTube just doesn't compare socially as Facebook does. So
YouTube, you'll get saturated out by clips. If you're streaming on YouTube and you don't have a good fan base, you're just going to get saturated by montages.
Yeah, no. But
another question.
Yeah.
My next question is from Melissa. She is my number one supporter. She's been she's been here since I started this thing. And she goes, it's a two-part question. So here goes. She said, how does one start out streaming? Because she doesn't have anything. She no money, nothing. How does one start out streaming when you have nothing?
I can answer that.
How can somebody, and I know Melissa. I personally know her. She's a great person. She's loving, but she doesn't have that support system that the rest of us have.
So
some of us have.
Faster than answer.
Yeah, so I could definitely answer that, because that's where I started.
She's asking, how can somebody that has nothing, no money, start streaming?
Yeah, the best.
How?
The best thing. Yeah, best thing to do is first of all, identifying what kind of game she wants to play, and my recommendation to her, if she has nothing, is to try streaming mobile games. Okay, because most games don't cost anything, and streaming from your device also generally doesn't cost anything. For you, Melissa, I would recommend you checking out Mob Crush, creating a Mob Crush account, and then establishing an account on all the platforms that you want to try and stream to. You could just stick to one or all. I just, from the beginning, I just did all. Facebook, make sure all of them. Mob Crush allows you to multi-stream to all of them at the same time, okay? And that's it. Finding the game in the mobile space that you like, okay? That's the key to getting your feet wet without any cost, because almost everybody already has a phone that's capable of doing all of it.
Exactly.
And especially if you have Wi-Fi, even better. Your quality will be that much better.
She plays World of Warcraft, and she's like me. That's all she does.
So here's the thing. There's something there for that too, because Stadia, Google Stadia, and you can do a full free trial of it now. Google Stadia just announced that they are now supporting on Android devices. They are supporting touch sensitivity for Stadia. So if Stadia's pricing is something that she might be able to swing, I believe it's like something like $15 or $20 maybe a month. If that's your only expense, that might be the way to go, because she may actually be able to play WoW even on her device and still stream it amazingly.
Right.
But Stadia, that was a very recent announcement. Stadia just announced that this week, that they're supporting touch sensitivity controls on Android devices. So that kind of opens the door for folks like that.
She also to kind of add on to her question about how does one start from nothing, she also added how does one ask for financial support from fellow streamers and from other people. How does one go about asking that without it sounding like gimme,
No, that's
or without a handout
100%. Yeah,
type
no,
thing?
that and that's all that is just being as genuine as you can in how you
Straight
stream.
from your heart.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
from
just be
how you
honest.
stream, and just let
Speak from your heart.
as you start growing an audience, in however way you can stream, that you just let them know, hey guys, I can make this better, but I do need help, and that's it. Anything you guys can do.
Yeah,
Not
or, I
doing
mean,
it.
you can-
I'm not doing this to make a living. I just want to provide better content. If you guys like me, just consider it. It's not. I'm not asking to make a living off of this. I just need help to improve the quality of the stream. That's the thing. As long as you focus on that, you're trying to improve your stream more so than anything else, and you're genuine, then that should come across to your streamers, or I'm sorry, to your viewers and supporters. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with asking for that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, it's just
No, if that's your expense, if that's the expense, and people want to see it, it's kind of like Shantae when you've mentioned it. When you've mentioned, that your Blizzard account is you're coming up at the end of it, and you're not really sure how you're going to make it happen, and people donate so that way you can continue to play Blizzard. It's the same way. There's other ways to stream for free too. I mean, if you like in her space, she's using a computer to play WoW as it is. She has the ability to stream as long as the computer has the ability. I mean, it might be hard. It might be hard.
Yeah,
to
her computer has some issues.
Yeah.
Like I said, I personally, and I think her question wasn't directed towards her. It's
What
more
was-
so for people that have an interest in streaming,
okay.
but
Well,
doesn't.
the same aspect. If you guys do have a console, you can stream from console.
Yes,
The Xbox
yeah.
has Mixer immediately
PS4,
right to
Xbox.
it, and the PlayStation has YouTube
Yeah.
and Twitch that you can send it to immediately.
right.
And that's where I started on PS4.
so did
Believe it
I.
or not, this headset right here is the first headset I bought for my PS4 when I started
You
streaming.
mean this headset right here?
You mean our Twinkies? What's up,
Yeah,
brother?
right. That's
Low
right.
Side Vibes. What's up?
I'm
PS4
making
edition.
the house. Shout
I
out to
started.
Astro.
Yep. Shout out to Astro A-Tim. But back to it. So yeah, I started on PS4. I had a PS4. And then when I ended up scoundering up a couple bucks here and there, I would go help family members, mow some lawns, help my great grandpa. I wouldn't really ask, I would just say, hey, do you need help? You got work for me or anything? And I'm like, yeah. And they'll be generous and give me like a 20 or so for helping out. And then I would save it. I would put it towards it. I bought the webcam for my PlayStation because they had a specific webcam that you had to buy for it. And I plugged it in, enabled it, and I got the feel for it. I was able to upload to Twitch. That's how I was started out. My first Twitch page is off my PlayStation, and it was enabling me. It was giving me the feel of that content vibe, But no, you won't have a lot of different specifications and customization abilities like overlays and shit for your PS4 or Xbox.
Now you can do that if you have a laptop because
Well, yeah. If you have the Elgato and stuff, but like
no, you don't need the Elgato either. For those of you who don't know, both the Xbox and the PlayStation
on the
have
PS4 Play thing.
Yeah, you can use PS4
Yeah, I used to do that.
PlayStation, and you can use the Xbox companion app on Xbox One,
So
and you can
forgot
screen
about that.
capture both of those.
real quick,
You have
one.
to have like good quality stuff, otherwise it kind of like delays. But yeah, I remember that part. But yeah, like it still was like if you were doing it from the PlayStation, it was like you only had it on the right side, you could read your chat, and you had your webcam. But it does give you that feel, and you can customize some of the webcam, like to do the circle cutout and like whatnot. But it gives you that feel and taste as what content creators would do, and it really gets you wanting to better and progress yourself, and perhaps one day get that dream setup that you were ever so looking at, or anything in the future.
The other thing too, also that I would suggest also for anybody who's thinking about starting out is that sometimes people have the wrong impression of what a streaming computer needs to be. Also, I definitely recommend you guys checking out Alpha Gaming on YouTube. He's called the Stream Doctor because he does a lot of tutorials on microphones and PCs, but he also like recently did a $500 $500 to $600 computer build for streaming, and because the reason why I mention that is because a lot of people have the mistaken impression that it has to be a $1,500 or $2,000 PC to make it work, and I really recommend people take a look at that video because he explains specifically why that processor he's choosing would enable you to play really nice games, not necessarily at the highest settings, but at good settings, and still put out a really good stream. So
that is a huge common misconception.
Yes.
A lot of people think that you have to have a lot of high end equipment.
Ton of money.
You do see stuff people have it.
Yeah.
It's like that. Seeing that mic sitting in front of you, someone asks you what that mic is, they're gonna Amazon that mic, they're gonna want to buy it.
Right.
In the same breath,
but
I've got a good mic right here.
No, but
this mic's $40.
But even this mic, and I was just telling Alien before we started, this mic normally costs $140, the Quadcast. But I found it on Amazon warehouse deals that said that the packaging was damaged and it was brand new. It literally, like, the little seal was cut open, but the thing was brand new, and because of that it was $90 instead of $140. So there's all kinds of ways where you don't end up paying top dollar too. Warehouse deals is a good example, but also YouTube is a great resource. You will find people that'll show you how to build a $500 to $600 PC that will enable you to game and stream from the same machine. So if you have an idea of what you can do with $500 to $600, you could set that as your goal.
The specs I paid for my PC was $800.
Yeah.
No, literally the specs on my stream PC. If you look at the description down below, don't take the gaming PC. Go to my stream PC, copy all those, and stick that on Amazon. You're going to build yourself a PC that allows you to stream and game from it. Mm-hmm. I can do both, but I run a 2 PC setup because I like to run my games on super high quality, and I play stuff on my gaming PC. My PC that I have can game on it, but I use it strictly for streaming. But it has every capability to play Warzone, to play Apex, to play Fortnite without a problem.
Yeah.
I actually have no experience with this because when I started, we actually discussed about this before we went live. My boyfriend about 2 years before I started streaming, he got into gaming online. He started out running the leagues, little racing leagues on Xbox 360, and then he upgraded to PC, and he got this setup, and he got everything. And then when they started live streaming the races, he was also live streaming it on Twitch. So I was very fortunate to have a pretty decent build to use. He went and said, when I brought up it was kind of him. He was like, well, why don't you stream? You're at home. You don't do anything. We can download WoW, and it was kind of iffy. And then the whole death of the family and everything, I jumped right into it, and it was super scary at first, but I love it. And I didn't experience that starting from nothing. I have a decent build. I have 2 screens. I have a decent webcam that runs well. So I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't have to go through the struggle of figuring out what parts work, what to get.
Yeah, because he had it all built. He had it all. He built it himself. He did it all himself.
But and he's a great, like ID said. If you don't know and you go to YouTube, he'll literally give you a build.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, and so I don't have that experience. The only experience that I have is continue to get upgrades and not be financially supported by having that capability. Because like I said, I need a new chair. And that's not just a want. If I want to continue streaming, point blank, I need to get a new chair and I need to get a sit and stand desk. That's just how it is. At some point, he does plan on buying and building a new computer. something that's even more heavy duty because of the things he wants to do, and he's going to give me this one. He's going to get a whole new setup, and he's going to give me this setup.
That's where it's at.
And so I have nothing to say on this because I didn't experience it. I didn't, experience from nothing to, everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't have an answer because I didn't experience it.
Do you have any other questions besides that one in your chat?
No, those were the only, those were the only two that I had. Unless
I've got nobody else here either. We answered Chase's question because he asked the same thing to me as well, on where we'd be at in a year and kind of answer all those.
Yeah, as for me, where I'm going to be at in a year, I don't know. With my medical issues,
we're just going to keep you at the 6-month goal and get you that chair. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, drop the link in the Discord. Peep that.
Yeah, I will, because I
definitely think that might be real good for you.
When I checked into Secret Labs, I looked at the dimensions for their extra large, and it's like,
check the Erdome.
That's not going to do me justice, because there's specifics that my doctor specifically said, hey, you need to have a chair that has a high back, so it takes pressure off your butt, and have extra cushion on the seat and take pressure off of your issues.
Yeah, we'll definitely get that situated for you, but we need to get you. We're done here. I want you to get that donation link up so that way we can get you situated. Sharing it, we get to help you, not help you out.
And if people want to go ahead and start donating, if you go to my page, the pinned post has both my PayPal, my Streamlabs direct donation link, and I will put my Cash App on there as well. And if you go into description of any of my videos, it's always there as well. I do accept stars, but just keep in mind those stars, it's not an instant thing.
And you don't get all of it.
Yeah. The sooner I get this chair, the sooner I can come back tenfold. I can do without getting a sit and stand desk right now. That can be something later on, but until I get a new chair, something that's going to not hinder my pre-existing medical conditions, streaming for me is at a standstill, and that breaks my heart because I know I have several people that depend on my streams to make them feel better, and it breaks my heart knowing that I can't bring them that because I have to. I've got a family. I've got to be here to take care of for them, and if I continued on this path that I was going on, I was gonna have to have another surgery. It was becoming a big issue. I still have to go back and get more tests done because they're still not sure what's fully going on.
Like I said, make sure that you get that donation before we get you situated. Chase said for sure he's part of a community that would love to help.
Cool.
He's a pretty good streamer. I've hung out with him a couple times, hung out in his chat. I've seen what he's about. So he's probably checked you out. Chase, you guys will actually get an opportunity to see Chase and Kamari next week during the weekend sometime.
I told Kamari is I have followed Kamari from the very first time he started streaming on Facebook, and I love him.
We're going to get Kamari on here. We're going to get Deaf Faces Gaming on here as well next week.
Cool.
So at this time, guys, let's not having any other questions from anybody's chats.
Yes, I'm starting to actually hurt.
We're getting right at the hour mark.
I'm
going to let everybody say goodbye individually on their own, and then chat will take care of things between us here in a second. ID10, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, please, whoever's watching my stream, make sure that you go to Wildcard Gaming's page. That's W1LDC4RD Gaming, so you could get the link to all these guys' streams. Please make sure you drop them all a like and a follow. Greatly appreciate that. Anybody that's watching any of the other streams, I would love to have you stop by my stream as well. ID10T Esports, and that's it's underscore esports on Mixer and Twitch, but on YouTube it's the same ID10T Esports. Everyone is welcome. I'd love to have you stop on my stream. And if there's any streamers out there that need any sort of help or have any questions, technical or otherwise, feel free, please, to hit me up on inbox my page. More than happy to answer any questions or anything like that. I'm always open for collabs, so if anybody is interested in doing co-streams or tournaments or whatever, just hit me up. Me and Justin are a part of a very strong clan of people that come through and play pretty much a little bit of everything, mobile games, consoles, PCs. So I'm part of a well-rounded group, and we can help people from all walks of life, and no matter what game you play and whatnot, everyone is welcome with us. So yeah, and please support this guy, Wildcard. He's gonna do big things for sure, and I just love to be be here to along the way to him having doing big things for sure.
I just want to, I want to thank you specifically, Wildcard. Our friendship that blossomed into a family ship started out so weirdly. You messaged me because I was on stream talking about a logo, because at that time I had a very crappy logo that I made myself. It was just something I threw together, and you messaged me after my stream and you're like, hey, I could make you a logo. I'm like, what? And that blossomed into this beautiful family ship. I say family ship because I've gotten very close to Wildcard. As he had said previously, when he's had those bouts of doubt, he's actually reached out to me literally moments before I've, going to bed. He goes, I don't know what to do, man. Like, and then there's been even moments of his life partner, his beautiful girlfriend that oh God, I'm jealous of her, actually. She's reached out. She's called me in the middle of the day. She goes, Shantae, I don't know what to do. You're a streamer. Go help him. Go make him smile again, and it's turned into a family ship. And then he came to me, Wildcard came to me about a week ago. He goes, I'm thinking about doing like a podcast content creator thing. And I go, well, hey, if you want me to help, I'll help you. And now here we are, and I appreciate him for, the things he does for me at no cost. He's made me not one but two logos, and now he's made me a live logo that I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with yet, but I'll find somewhere to put it. And,
oh my God.
And then he brings me on for this. No, I'm not an active streamer right now, but he still included me. And yes, I'm getting teary-eyed because I love Wildcard, not in a I want his nuts type thing, but I love him.
He's a good, wholesome dude.
I love him as family, and it's been a wonderful experience. And
I like Wildcard like that.
I have loved watching him grow as a streamer. Yes, my growth is absolute crap right now. I'm a year and almost 6 months, and I'm nowhere where other people are. But it's not a matter of jealousy thing. It's a matter of, dude, I helped him. I went into Facebook jail for this fool. I mean, when he was about to hit 500 followers and do a giveaway, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go into Facebook jail for this fool. And I did. I was in 4 months. I couldn't share. I couldn't comment in groups or nothing for 4 months. But he hit that goal, and I was so proud to be part of watching his growth, be a part of that. And you know what? I'd do it all over again. And I'll probably be in a Facebook jail again because I continue to share. I want him to get that 1K. I want that for everyone. I've gone into Facebook jail for several streamers because they deserve it. They're wholesome, they're loving.
You deserve it too.
And I don't expect anything in return. Wildcard has tried to give me money several times for just being me, and I just give it back. I'm like, nope, not happening, And I want to thank him for including me in this, even though I am not a active content creator right now. And I'm thankful that I got to meet, Alien up there. We bonded over a Nintendo 64 game. That was great.
And then experience.
ID over here, I haven't watched a lot of his streams, but I lurk on his page. I haven't really gotten to know him. And I love that this is bringing people together. And it's all thanks to Wildcard. He's the man of the hour right now, and
the MVP.
Hey, the MVP, the master. And I just, I thank him for everything he does for me and everything he continues to do. And I'm thankful that I got to meet you guys. It was cool.
Likewise, Shante. Likewise.
I actually was contemplating not doing this today.
I'm glad you did, though.
I had a really rough night last night. My relationship with my boyfriend is still very rocky after the death of his niece and my son's cousin and everything before that. It's been very, very rocky. And last night we hit some of those issues that we've had over the phone, because he's a truck driver, and it was very hard for me. I was up all night with him trying to move past one of those stones that we can't get past. And I was contemplating today, like, do I really want to get on cam? Do I really want to go talk to two people I don't know? Do I really want to face the truth about streaming? And well, here I am. So
I appreciate you coming through it and making that extra effort even after having a bad night. It means a lot to me, and giving me the appreciation that you guys have is 100% awesome.
Oh yeah.
Ayla,
you deserve
it. You want to say see it everybody as well?
Oh, most certainly. I'd just like to give a huge low ice high vibes to all my extraterrestrials that came into Wildcard's stream. I noticed Andrew dropped in and donated 50 stars to him, so I appreciate you for showing that love and support and having each and one of these streamers and content creators backs like Bud Craigs over from the Alien Nation community. I would like to also say, man, dude, I'm gonna get all teary-eyed, bro. Thank you, bro. Honestly, if it wasn't for me dropping into your stream that day and asking about how to enable stars and better my stream myself to get my community going, to make my extraterrestrials, to be the Alien Nation, it was you. You sent me that link, and so I can achieve my level up program, which didn't know I already basically could have achieved it, because once I clicked it says you basically already did it. You just got to complete the fax form, and I never knew that until I got that link. So if it wasn't for you, man, I would not be Alien Nation on Facebook. I would probably still be aimlessly walking through the dark, shifting through some clouds and stuff and trying to find who I am. But I do know that I am Alien. This is Alien Nation, and I am glad to be a part of this community with Wildcard Gaming, ID, and Tiger's Corner. You guys are good, wholesome people, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Like I said, low ice high vibes, and I got you guys' backs like butt cracks. All of our extraterrestrials do.
I appreciate it 100%, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
ID, I know that you're live, and I know Shantae that you're live. If you guys have anybody at this time and point, if you guys would like to send them over here to me, I'm going to send everybody to another content creator that's currently live once we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you guys, everybody who stopped in. You guys are awesome. Each of you content creators, thank you. I'm sorry Chance Claps didn't make it, but I'm glad I had you guys. You guys at least came through with being here on time and being part of it. Everybody, make sure that you guys tune in next week because I am going to get Kamari here of Vostars Gaming, and we're going to get Def Ace Gaming right here with me talking about some of the same things that we have talked about today, some of the different things and different experiences that they've had here with Facebook. I'll wait for you guys to send those guys